Catch me riding on doves. MC vote. What is cheese, dude? What's cheese? Cheese. What's cheese? You never had a good slice of cheese? Aye. Explain my transgressions. What transgressions have I perpetrated? How have I transgressed? I'm going to bed. Good night and good luck. Oh, man. I really, really, really want to ban people when they say they're leaving. I feel like such an impetus to ban people when they especially at the beginning of a stream when they're like, well, I'm out of here. It's like, you really are about to be out of here. I feel like it's Grand Central Station in here sometimes. I've just arrived. I'm leaving. I've just arrived. I'm leaving. How's the weather? It's a little cold. It's been chilly. We had a couple of days where it warmed up a little bit, and then it went right back to chill. Crickets and frogs. What you're hearing is a very, very common combination of animal sounds at night. Crickets and frogs. Get your homie and go bury those frogs. I don't do that anymore, man. I was 5. Okay? I have empathy now. Well, if you hate living in the city, Marshall, then I hope that you're able to not live in the city someday. It took me a long time to be able to get a little place like this for myself out here, but it's worth it. It's very nice. Oh, I sent you a bunch of stuff. Well, not a bunch. I sent you literally I don't know what it is, 20 minutes of acapella. I just went, all my flubs are in there. It's probably going to be hard. If it ends up being tough to produce because of the way that I did it, let me know. I just figured I'd go through and give you a bunch of takes on the different stanzas of the song so you could kind of paste them in. Left in my flubs and shit. But yeah. Yeah, gonna have to make a Frankenstein out of this one. Might be able to do some layering and shit with it too, since you got multiple takes. And I try to give you a little something different each take. Not each take, but I try to play around a little differently. What's up, homie? Just got done streaming on Facebook. It's kind of sad. Realized I lost the number for an old friend that I really loved. He was the first communist I ever met. I see. Well, if you remember the person's name, you might be able to track them down again. Or if you've got friends of friends. Thanks for hanging out and smoking with us. Of course. It's fun stuff. We're cooking up a beat. Yeah. We're cooking up a track. And I started writing on a second track today, but I don't know if I like what's coming out. It's very religious. It's religious. I started writing on this song, and I started looking at it. I mean, it's definitely not religious, but it's got a lot of religious tinged shit in it. Is it the guitar one? I started writing on that one too. I only got 2 lines into that one because I'm going to tell you something, Marshall. That one made me want to be real honest. Like, there's an honesty to that song, and I was just like, this is a breakup song right here. Not necessarily, I don't want to pigeonhole it as like a breakup song, but I was like, for me, this song's about loss and shit. And I'm going to have to get real fucking intimate if I want to make a good song out of this. I wrote a couple of bars, and I was like, man, I don't even know. I don't know if I'm ready to touch on this shit just yet. But that song is, that song's about loss, for sure. I could just hear it in that song. For me, at least. You know, that's how it hit me. And regret. About your relationship with your dad? Nah, not really. Didn't really take it that way. Maybe about broken relationships in the past. Where do you post your music? Both of the tracks that Marshall and I have done together are on his channel. Just look up Marshall Manson. Would be my rap name, Beauregard. And you should be able to see him there. By the way, Marshall, you getting close, right? You getting close to dropping that fucking... Isn't it like tomorrow? Are you dropping tomorrow or Thursday? Friday. Damn. Marshall's about to drop a banger. Along with a badass music video, too. Yup. Yeah, go subscribe to Marshall. Go check out the music that we're talking about. Go check out Marshall's solo stuff for show. And look out for his music video dropping on Friday. New track, new video, and it's dope. Yeah, as far as like the collab stuff that me and Marshall are doing, we're just fucking around, man. We're trying to have fun with it. And if we can get together a little EP or something, all the better. You know what I mean? We're building a little catalog of songs. Slowly but surely, you know? So it's a little tough working from a distance, you know? I feel like I want to... here's what I want. I want to have a place where I can build myself a little sound studio and get all the fucking equipment and shit that I would need slowly but surely. Obviously, I can't fucking splash out like that, but slowly but surely get all the kind of production equipment I'd need in there, get a nice fucking FL studio set up in there, get it all wired up, get some nice microphones in there, make it comfy as fuck so it's a cool smoke spot. And then I just want to fucking fly Marshall out. Just have him in Maryland. Like, I'd set it up, too. Like, the way I want to set this shit up, I've got this great fucking idea. I want to set this thing up as a chill spot, a place for me to do all my recording, all my shows, and have a fucking, like, I don't know, like a sofa that pulls out into a bed or something, and have it be a guest house as well. So it'd be totally dope. Just fly Marshall and Marilyn out and just have them fucking chill, stay here a week, and we just work. It'd be dope. But I gotta find the final bunker first for that. This is not it. Oh yeah, I want to have a place where I can have creative people come and just make things. You know what I mean? Like that's how that's my like medium term goal for life. Should consider getting one of those wood frame portable buildings that you can buy for like $230 a month and build that into the studio. So my plan is to try and find a place kind of like this one, and not in this area. We want to check out a couple of different areas, but I want to find a place that's real secluded, even more secluded than this place. Like, this place is good, but I've got neighbors and shit. People walk by, they can see me and shit. I don't want that. I want to try and find a place that's on a little plot of land that's zoned for another building. Maybe not a full-blown house, but another building. And then I want to roll in the construction of the building for the little studio I'm talking about into the purchase price of the property. Have that built as a part of the mortgage, and then just start moving move my immediate stuff that I have for my recording studio out there, and then start building on it. Get a nice comfy couch, and or like a Murphy bed or something kind of built into it, so that I can have people come and stay over. Get a little chill area where I can sit and smoke, listen to what I'm working on, get it wired up for sound, get some good studio monitors in there. It's doable for me. It's like this is an attainable thing. It just, I have to find the right fucking place, and that's the hard thing. I gotta find the place that feels right to me. Once I find that place, that's my plan, dude. Yep. That's the dream. 100% focused on sound and video production. Have my set off in there. Have a nice little fucking workstation for a producer to sit at. Have it all wired up with studio monitors. Have a little TV in there so we can sit down and chill and smoke and watch movies and listen to different media. Get inspired. And have a place where it's like separate from my living situation, so I feel like I'm going to work. That's like one of the hard things about my job. It's not hard, it's just like a hard thing to adjust to, is that I work in my home, and so it makes my home feel like a job site. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not trying to complain about it. I can still be comfy in my house, but it makes my house feel like a job site. You know what I mean? Rather than a home. And I want to fix that out. I want to have a separate place that I go. And when I'm working, that's where I'm at. And then when I come home, this is where I chill, That's one of the things that we were trying to do pre-COVID, because, forever prior to COVID, we were shooting in TJ's house. In fact, the second studio for DFF, when we moved out of the Tinderbox, was like literally right in TJ's front room. Like, when you walked in his front door, the studio was right to your right. It was in the middle of his fucking house. And then the studio that we were working on pre-COVID at his place where he's at now is like, it's a separate room from the main house, but it's still in the house. It's still his house. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, for me personally, when it comes to the stuff that I'm going to be making, I don't want that. I don't want my studio to be in my house forever. You know, I want to be able to go to a place where if I'm yelling and screaming or singing, or if I decide I want to make something at fucking 3 a.m, I don't have to wake Amelia up. I don't have to wake the whole house up. I can just walk out to my studio and it's all soundproofed and I can go in there and do whatever the fuck I want. I think that that would be really fruitful for me to have. And it would be a fun thing, like I said, to have other folks that I want to collab with just come out and have a place to be and a place to create shit, collab on videos or music or whatever the fuck. That's my goal, man. I don't want nothing special. I can't afford to have no big ass fucking recording studio or nothing, but I could build a cozy, comfy, fucking chill, creative place. Yeah, Rodney gonna visit me this week, I think. It's always up in the air, but I'm hoping that Rodney is gonna come through later this week, and I'm hoping. Now I'm not gonna press him on it, but I'm hoping he's gonna be down to maybe do a little recording with me. Either like just a little live kind of jam session out here on the porch, or sit him down in my office and mic up his guitar and see what we can do. I'd love to do it. If I can get it for you one day, I will. Well, I appreciate the thought, but I'm going to try and get it for myself. I'm going to try and make that happen for myself. So I'm working towards it. I'm situated in a place where it's totally attainable for me. It's just I got to find it. This is the dude that used to bring you a fresh off the ferry Filipino and make you do government fun songs, and you ain't gonna press him for shame. I mean, it's been a long time, you know. He and I haven't seen each other in probably a decade or more. And so, you know, if he doesn't feel up to it, I'm not gonna press the dude. He just wants to kick back and smoke and catch up. Then I'm down for that. Good old Rodney. Yeah, I've gotten to visit a couple of my old friends. They've come to visit since I've got the new place. And it's been nice. It's unfortunate because I'm pretty far away from them, but I'm closer than I was when I was in Louisiana, so it's actually possible for us to visit each other back and forth, which is nice. I can cure those hiccups for you if you want. If you want to cure those hiccups, I got the cure for you. And it's easy. I guarantee you've got the things you need to cure those hiccups. Here's what you do. Go get a big glass of water. No, it's not a jump scare. Go get a big glass of water, okay? This is going to sound weird. Put a paper towel over it, over the top of the water, and, you know, hold it in your hand so that the paper towel is over the water. Then I want you to put that up, and I want you to sip the water through the paper towel continuously while breathing through your nose. So, like, you know what I mean? Just keep slow little gulps sucking through that paper towel. And I tell you what, dude, you do that a few times, those hiccups are gone. It's not a massive prank. This is how I kill my hiccups. I'll do it one of the times I have hiccups out here for you guys. I shit you not. You take a glass like this, paper towel over the top of it, and you kind of have to suck a little bit with your mouth, and you breathe in and out through your nose, and you slowly sip it. I think it's the restraint. I think it's the action of taking the tiny little gulps that you get through the paper towel, coupled with the regulating of your breathing. It always works for me. If I got a case of hiccups that doesn't go away like within a reasonable amount of time, I go get the paper towel, sip the water through it. That's a new one to you. Hey, there you go. Life hacks, I'm telling you. That's not torture, though. No. No, that's not the torture. Am I as wise as I look? No. No. I'm not as wise as I look. I look way wiser than I am. How you been doing there, rainbow unicorn princesses? I ain't checked in on you in a while. How's it been going? How's the podcast shaping up, huh? You guys get yourselves regimented yet? Remember I gave you guys a fucking talk. I gave you guys the harsh talk. Still kicking? That's good. That's good. That's a good sign. You're redoing a lot of stuff. Got to do it. You got to make it work for you. Design the show so it's something that you would want to watch. And if it's not something that you would sit through and watch, don't do it. Cool. Well, congrats. I'll keep my eye on you guys from time to time. Keep my eyes peeled. Happiness is a warm gun. Friend said we were getting repetitive, so we're listening. Look at you. It worked. You are a world-ending genius, Paul. I'm going to go catch some Z's. Thanks, dude. I told you. I told you, bro. Enjoy your sleep. See how it works? See how it works out? We're changing hearts, changing minds, and changing lives here on Highdeology every fucking night. Even on nights like this when only 70 fucking people show up. The late crew is not used to getting shows anymore, and so they're not looking out for it. They're not watching. Or maybe I'm just not being all that fucking entertaining tonight. That's possibly it. YouTube finally got the point that I want your notifications, so I get them instantly now. Sweet. Yeah, it's a late stream, I guess, huh? What fucking time is it? I didn't even look at the time when I started this. I took a long nap today, though, so that would explain why it's so fucking late. Oof. Damn, it is late. I didn't realize how late it was. Well, late crew, what'd it do? Long time no see. This used to be the exclusive time you guys would get Highdeologies. This time right here, this was the witching hour for Highdeologies at the beginning. Every once in a blue moon, you get a daytime one, but typically it was this nighttime one. Do you sleep at the same time as your wife? Usually. Like, sometimes I'll be tired and she won't be ready for bed. She'll read for a while. Sometimes it's vice versa. Sometimes I'll crawl into bed and she's already in bed, but we typically go to bed around the same. Excuse me, around the same time. Now, dude, did he pass his hiccups to me? No, I don't have the hiccups. I've got some burps. I'm always asleep when you do the daytime streams. Keep doing night streams. Well, I mean, I've turned into a grandpa. Today was weird because I took a really long midday nap. Like, I felt like I was like, shit. By the way, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the guys and I are taking some time off from shooting. We've got a good bank of shows. And so we're taking a little time to, like, refresh the fucking brains and shit. And so I've had, the ability to just kind of relax and get some stuff done around the house over the last couple of days, which has been nice. And today I was just like, I want to take a nap. So I did. I was like, I knocked out, and I think I woke up at like 10. I was like, what? I was confused for a second because I thought it was the next morning just before sunrise, and I got up and I was even going to make some coffee, and then I remember looking at the time and I was like, wait, it's only 10 p.m. Okay, I just napped all day. Got it. But that's probably going to throw my sleep schedule into fugue here. How many blankets do you use at a time? I use one blanket. I've never played Mobile Legends, no. You gotten COVID yet? I don't think so. Hard to tell, though. Considering some people are asymptomatic and some people have mild cold-like symptoms, I've definitely had cold-like symptoms since the start of COVID. I have allergies every day of my life, so those cause postnasal drip, coughing, drippy nose, all three of which are signs of the COVID. So it's like, maybe I do/have had it. I've never been tested. I've never been sick enough to feel like I needed to get tested. Everything that I've had since COVID started feels like normal fucking allergies/seasonal colds and shit to me, which are very, like, I get constant upper respiratory shit due to my allergies, so. No, sleep is not a waste of time, man. Sleep is one of my favorite fucking things in the world to do. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Laying down in your bed, getting all nice and cozy, and knowing you're gonna drift off into some nice, for me, usually dreamless sleep. It's wonderful. I have some low-level dreams. I wake up remembering weird things sometimes, but I can never remember my dreams anymore. So it's like a dreamless kind of restorative thing. It's good stuff. How many hours of sleep do you usually get? I can never really get more than 4. I typically get between 6 and 8. Like, that's about when I naturally wake up and feel like, okay, time to get up. Very rarely I'll have a day where I sleep like 12 fucking hours or something. But yeah, like 6 hours is pretty typical for me. Yeah, I've heard people say that like pot makes you not dream. Like being a pothead makes your dreams less vivid or less memorable or whatever the fuck. Maybe that's true. I don't know. I don't really care. I have to experience reality in the real life, in the real world here. So, pod helps with that. I'll sacrifice my dreams. When I took a break from weed, my dreams went nuts. Yeah. Every once in a while, I will have super vivid dream that's super memorable, but most of the time it's just I wake up with a couple of odd notions in my head. Like today, it was a shopping mall, which is something that I haven't even been inside of in probably a decade. But I woke up this morning thinking about a shopping mall. I was in a shopping mall in the dream. Who the fuck goes to the mall? Who knows? Ever woken up from one dream to another? No, I've never incepted. Oh no. The prophecy has been set. The prophecy has been foretold. The age of suffering has commenced. I once realized I was in a dream, so my brain made me think I woke up, but I didn't. That's crazy. Yeah, that never happened to me. I used to have, especially when I was a kid, I had really vivid, memorable dreams a lot of nightmares. That's kind of why I'm glad that like I don't dream much anymore, is because I was really nightmare prone in my teens and as a young kid. And those are not, you wake up feeling like you never slept and shit. Yes, me lord. Best wet dream. Get that ass timed out for your caps, man. You don't all caps in here, all right? Caps lock is not cruise control for cool. I actually do like smoking to repress nightmares, yeah. I didn't have nightmares every night. I wasn't like a night terrors kid or anything. I'm not trying to claim that, but I was, I'd have a pretty vivid fucking nightmare once a week. And I don't miss it. I've had sleep paralysis, but only a couple of times in my life. I'm very lucky to have only experienced it a couple of different times. I watched you, TJ, on DP. You were the money. Big, big time. Huh? What are you talking about, bro? I don't know if this will make any sense, but you have a sort of excited, anxious energy the day before a field trip when you were schooling. I gotta pick up my check tomorrow. And I'm feeling that feeling. Oh yeah. I remember that day. I remember being all like peppy and stoked for the start of school. What was the sleep paralysis like? I had the old hag type. I never had I never got eyes on any demons or anything. I never had any hypnagogic hallucinations. Well, I guess that's not true because I would hear things. So I had the old hag type of sleep paralysis where I was visited by an entity that was malevolent or whatever the fuck. And I could feel it in the room. And I could sometimes hear it opening doors and breathing sometimes. It is no bueno. The few times that I've had it in my life have been super duper ultra terrifying. Yes. It oftentimes in my mind in the past has been a zombie or like a walking corpse or something that has walked into the room. So, the good old hag syndrome. Bro, you ain't making no fucking sense. TJ had it even worse than me, man. He saw shit. TJ would like have full-blown hypnagogic hallucinations, visual, auditory. He was visited by things that he saw. I don't know how I would deal with that shit. I didn't have that type of sleep paralysis. I had the malevolent entity in the room kind of sleep paralysis. I'm gonna go ahead and time you out because you make no fucking sense, bro. There's some meme that everyone sees a shadow man with a hat. I mean, maybe some people do. I don't know. Yeah, every sleep paralysis episode that I've had in my life has come with the malevolent entity feeling. Like I feel like not only am I paralyzed, but that there is something that wants to do me harm in the room looking at me. And I'm a side/stomach sleeper, so I can typically never see anything. I'm thankful for that. I haven't had a bout of sleep paralysis in years and years and years. I hope I never do again. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. Oof. Well, if it's aliens, they are sinister fucks. Sinister fucks. Waking up and having someone staring at you is the scariest thing of all time. Yeah. Well, because you immediately, like, I can't remember what it's based on, but there is, like, scientists have studied that feeling that we know that eyes are on us. and are not sure what organ or facility it is that we use to detect that, but it seems to be common amongst most human beings. Like if you're alone somewhere or you're out in public somewhere and you've got a pair of eyes that are just like right on you, you can feel that shit sometimes. But what's the scent? Like what's the sensory input that your brain is receiving, letting you know that you have a pair of fucking eyes on you? You don't have a set of eyes in the back of your fucking head. Understood, man. Yeah, it definitely makes sense as to why we have it, but I want to know like what the sense is that is driving that. I sometimes wake up with an arm that is completely fallen asleep. Yeah, that's pretty common as well. I tuck my arm up under my pillow sometimes and I'll wake up with dead arm and you just gotta like, But then in a minute she woke up and said, "Why didn't you shake me?" And I was like, "Bro, what?" She explained that. Yeah. Sleep paralysis is nasty. It really is. It's crazy. It's the little whiskers on the back of your neck. They can see somebody looking at you. It doesn't make no sense. See, we're told that like the whole idea of, and I don't even know if this is the correct terms, like being psychic, right? We're told that that's complete bullshit. That's woo-woo, pseudoscience. Same thing as astrology, same thing as, etc. But we have this fucking facility to feel a pair of eyes on us. We know when we're being watched, even if we can't see the watcher or sense the watcher in any other way, really. So what sense is that? It's giving us that input and that feedback. We don't have eyes in the back of our fucking head. I'm going with the theory that it's a sound that humans make that is too quiet for us to process. Maybe some kind of fucking sensory data that is beneath our conscious perception, but gives us just enough of a warning to know that like there's something looking at us. I mean, it's accurate. Like there's like everybody has this anecdotal experience. So maybe what it is just a little thing that gets triggered every once in a while and it's kind of like confirmed by us because it's true sometimes. I mean, psychosomatic phenomena, that's a real thing. Your mind has incredible control over your body. It was like when we were talking about head lice the other day. I don't want to start it again. God damn it, I'm going to start it again, aren't I? We were talking about head lice the other day, and a bunch of people in chat, including me, my scalp was itching like fucking crazy. That's just a psychosomatic response to what we were all discussing together. And so maybe there's something to that psychosomatic response that allows us to detect that. Confirmation bias. People don't remember when they feel eyes when nobody's looking. I mean, there have been plenty of fucking times when I've distinctly felt it, turned around and somebody's staring right at me. And you would think that I would remember the times where I distinctly felt it and turned around and there was nothing. I mean, you may be right, but it makes complete sense for us to have some maybe it's just maybe it's psychological. Maybe it's a psychological facility to constantly check over your shoulder. And it's confirmation bias because we often find that people are looking at us when we do it. I don't know. It's very strange. It seems like it would make sense for us to have developed a psychosomatic kind of response to always want to be like, okay, what's back there? Especially when there's a lot of space back behind you, you know? Fight or flight, right? Isn't it true that you immediately look at someone who turns around? I don't know. I mean, it depends. If you're already aware of that person, if you're already staring at the back of their head or kind of like perceiving them with your eyes and your periphery or something, then yeah, if they turn around real quick, you're going to look at them. You ever heard someone say, hey, when you're alone? I hear shit all the time. Like, I don't think I've got like schizoid auditory hallucinations, but I'll go, huh? And Amelia will go like, I didn't say shit. I'm like, oh, I thought I heard you call my name or something. So my brain is, the brain is a fucking insane organ. Well, we all are a little schizo. That's not to diminish being actual schizophrenic. I'm not trying to say, but we have that propensity in us. We have the brain functions that a schizophrenic does. They just have different, chemical balances and different electrical interpretations of data and shit. But we have the propensity for that in us. Pretty much everybody has heard something that's not there. Bipolar disorder is partially schizoaffective, yes. I mean, I don't know, dude. I'm sure that a scientist would be able to explain the whole thing in layman's terms pretty well, especially one that had spent time studying the relevant, brain dynamics and stuff, but if your dream state and reality merge a bit, how would you know? I don't know. Perhaps people want to hear those voices, sure. I mean, I talk to myself and I talk to things that I anthropomorphize my animals. Like, I'll have whole conversations with Dinor and Cricket. Not necessarily deep-ass conversation. Dinor, I've had some deep-ass fucking conversations with. That motherfucker's heard some shit. If he ever learns to talk, I'm fucked. Because he's heard it all. You know what I mean? And these things are completely normal. This is not some weird thing that I do. This is a very common thing that people do. People talk to themselves. They talk to inanimate objects. We anthropomorphize things and talk to them. It's a way of us psychologically calming ourselves and working through problems. You're right. It's about, calming your mind and working through a problem psychologically. And so you talk to yourself about it. I mean, I kind of feel like I spend a lot of time out here talking to myself. A little bit. You look like a tired old mountain hermit? Really? How many tired old mountain hermits have you seen? Can you tell me what a tired old mountain hermit looks like? You know a few actually? Okay. What I don't. So what is it? What's the look? What typifies the tired old mountain hermit look? A bearskin hat. There you go. I just don't get it. One was in Mexico, 45 years old, always smokes on his porch. Well, there you go. You got me there. But a lot of people smoke on their fucking porches that aren't tired old mountain hermits, you know what I mean? Sometimes when my mind or mouth wants to experience certain runs or vibrations from my throat, I habitually say things that correlate with the movements that causes those feelings. Oh, you're having a conversation that I'm not privy to. I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Yeah, I like to think of myself more as like a beach bum kind of hermit. You know what I mean? Like that would be my ideal. If I could get maybe not necessarily on the ocean, but the ocean would be ideal. But then you're talking about fucking millions of dollars, so probably not. But having what I talked about earlier, privacy with ocean access and a fucking studio, man, fucking you talk about my dream. But second to that and way more attainable for me is just woods. So that'll be what I'm looking for next. Is the woods. Right now, I'm not really in the woods, so to speak. Get a nice house, yacht, docked wherever you want. Yeah, and then I could have like a smaller yacht that tows behind it that is the studio. I walk across a little bridge in the morning to go to work. Get on the other boat, drive it out away from the houseboat a little bit, drop anchor, and get to work. Make some bangers right out in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, we recorded this bitch out on the ocean. You know what I mean? We went out in the middle of the ocean where you couldn't see any land, and we just recorded this whole bitch. Yep, $15 billion ought to do it. I'm sorry, this is killing the mood, but what do I do if I'm having a major panic attack? Okay. So panic attacks are often from breathing too much, hyperventilating. Your blood gets oxygenated. I can't even say that word. I'm not a fucking. So what you want to do is take a long, slow, deep breath while clenching your fists. Okay? And then hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds. Hold that breath. And then as you let the breath out, slowly release the tension in your hands. Then once the breath is out, do the same thing, but clench your toes. Take a long, slow breath in through your nose. Hold it for about 10 seconds, clench your toes, focus on your toes clenching. Hold that breath. Let it all the way out slowly and let the tension out of your toes. And then do it one more time, switch back to your hands. Once you've let that breath all the way out, clench your hands, long, slow breath in, focus on those hands clenching. Hold that breath for about 10 seconds or as long as you can. Let it out slowly and let the tension out of your hands. You do that 3 or 4 times and it will intercede in a panic attack. Welcome, Doug. You'll be all right, man. Take it slow. Do that until you feel better. Felt really relaxed during that. I learned that from Amelia. She taught me that. And I do it all the time now when I feel a panic attack happening. And it works really well. Panic attacks are often accompanied with hyperventilation. Getting all that oxygen in your blood creates more and more endorphins, which push the panic attack harder. And so what you're doing when you're taking those long, slow breaths and holding them like that is you're adding carbon dioxide to your bloodstream. So you're adding more, you're making the balance of carbon dioxide go up, which intercedes in the panic response. It stops the flow of endorphins, and it stops that breathing response and the pounding heart and all of that. And it's a very powerful tool if you do it right. You just got to stick with it until the feeling passes. Neurological issues and herpes, that I don't know. Paul, the anxiety science guy. Well, 'tis what it is. I cured some hiccups earlier, too. I will say this, and not just to Duck, to anybody else out there that's listening. This is doing what I just did is not a replacement for getting treatment for your panic disorder. If you're having routine panic attacks, you have a panic disorder, or likely some undiagnosed anxiety disorder or some comorbid mental disorder, and you need to go get help. So there's your disclaimer. This is not like you can't self-treat forever with this breathing technique that I just taught you, okay? If you're having routine panic attacks, you need to go get help if you can. And consider medication or therapy or whatever it is your doctor says you need to do for it. Because that's the truth. It's relaxing, yeah. Thanks, Cloud Massacre. It's relaxing, and it's a good technique to have, especially if you suffer from that type of stuff, or if you just need to relax yourself and get your mind relaxed. It's a good technique to have, and it really helps me a lot of the time when I'm feeling like I'm having a panic attack, or building towards one, or in the midst of one. I always panic at the family Christmas party. It's inevitable. Yeah, social situations, particularly family situations, are often very, very stressful for people. So, makes sense. Panic is typically a stress response. I know people don't like to hear this, but also consider your drug usage. It took me years to realize that pot was making my panic disorder markedly worse. Yep. For some people, it helps. For some people, it doesn't. Well, whatever, Jason. I've tried my best. I don't know if I pulled you out. You pulled yourself out of panic attacks and shit. Forgot I can do this. I have some, so here you go. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that, but it's appreciated. Crazy bunch of Iran propaganda on Twitter right now. Did you know Iran is a bastion of women's rights? Oh, yes. It used to be, actually, in the Middle East. The funny thing is that Iran was Americanized in the 70s and late 60s. If you go look at pictures of Tehran and city life in Tehran in the late 60s and early to mid 70s, it'll blow your fucking mind how different their society was and how more fucking egalitarian it was and normal. And well, I don't mean normal, but just Americanized and libertarian it was. And then America fucked all that up. We deposed the leader, installed the Shah of Iran, and handed over power to the religious zealots that now run Iran. And there you go. That's how you take a country that had a really bright future and the people in it had really bright futures and turn it into a fucking total terrorist state. Just a completely religious ruled fucking extremist state. That's how you do it. That's how you destabilize an economy and destabilize a fucking nation. You take out the progressive leader that's challenging U.S. hegemony in the region. You install a puppet dictator, and then the country falls to religious zealotry and is no longer a geopolitical threat. Isn't it great? An example of a country going from somewhat liberal to an extremely socially conservative religious theocracy, and in over the course of about fucking 10 years too. I mean, it just happened. Khomeini was British educated and supported before he took power. Of course he was. Instituting an oppressive theocratic regime to own the progressives. Yep. The social revolution in Iran is covered pretty extensively, not super extensively, but in The Power of Nightmares, which is that Adam Curtis documentary I'm always trying to turn you guys on to. What was being rebelled against was a term in Arabic called jahiliya, which is the kind of it's explained as kind of a sleeping state where people are completely unaware of Allah, completely unaware of Islam, and are living in this kind of self-centered, self-serving wonderland. And the radical idea that kind of swept Iran and Iraq and all of these Middle Eastern and lower Asian countries, was this idea that was formed in opposition to the American way of life, which was becoming more and more popular in these places. Egypt was another example of a place that was very, very, progressive in the 70s in comparison to what it is now. You didn't have all the religious laws. You didn't have all the laws about what a woman could wear. Women were walking around in mini skirts and tube tops and shit. It looked like fucking America over there. And that was, at least from the religious standpoint, the impetus for this religious revolution that has sent a lot of these countries back to the Dark Ages. Now, of course, the thing that really started that was the assassination of several heads of state that were supporting this Americanization or this Westernization of these Islamic nations and their replacement with puppets and fundamentalists. But Paul, Islam is the religion of peace. No. Christianity is. This has very little to do with Islam. If these had been Christian people, they'd be radical Christian terrorists. This has to do with the fact that they were pushed to radicalization by having their leaders deposed and having their economies and their lives fucked with militarily by the United States and its allies, and then having puppet fucking dictators installed. Without our direct intervention in their fucking political process like that, there's a fucking solid chance that Iran would be a beacon of industry right now. That whole area would be vibrant with, fucking agriculture, innovation. I mean, it wasn't that fucking long ago in human history that the Middle East was literally the scientific capital of the world. During the Dark Ages, when Europe was, dying of cholera because they were pissing in the same water that they were drinking out of, the Middle East was a blossoming scientific fucking wonderland. Pretty crazy. Pretty cool, too, if you take the human tragedy out of it, the shift. Library at Alexandria was in the Middle East, yeah. Westerners took care of that, though. We burnt the fuck out of it. Science is wrong. Yeah, in an alternate universe, the Middle East is the most powerful nation. I mean, it could have happened. It very well fucking could have happened. That ain't the way it worked out for them, though. That wasn't the way the cookie crumbled. I mean, there's no archaeological evidence of a lot of things that we take for granted. I mean, yeah, you're right. It might have been just that the books were eaten up by bookworms or whatever the fuck. But it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that they weren't transcribing those literary works constantly. and that so much of that shit was lost. A fire makes sense. And now America's dying. Yeah. Now we're living in a dying empire. How does it feel? Honestly, that's what we're living in. We're living in an empire that is slowly but surely being starved out by its own corruption, greed, and its geopolitical position. It's got foes that are flourishing because of their political systems being more efficient. And we are on our way out. It might take 3 or 4 more generations for that switch to really happen, but we're living in a dying empire now. Pretty interesting. You're moving to Canada, you ain't going to be able to get away, bro. There's nowhere you can move. Good morning from Ireland. Well, good morning, Ireland. I wish I lived on an Irish beach. Do they even have beaches in Ireland? I thought they just had cliffs.
I mean, they got a coast. They're on an island.
Yeah, but I thought it was cliffs and then ocean, you know. The land is full of Lucky Charms. Yeah, no, there's definitely beaches. Yeah, my perception of Ireland is based almost entirely on one movie, Far and Away, with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. He's an Irish sharecropper that lives right on the coast, and it's just like literally a cliff and then the ocean. And I've always wanted to go there and sit on that cliff and just smoke a big old doob. That's on my bucket list.
Speaking of Ireland, rain should be getting here soon, shouldn't it?
Yes, I talked to the dude on on email the other day. He's supposed to mail it out today.
Cool.
The 10th is what he told me. So I'm excited. That'll be neat. Top of the morning to you, laddie. Would you like a big fat blunt? I'll roll you one. You go sit by the seaside. Let your legs dangle over the edge. That's right, laddie. Yeah, man. Well, my whole family, my nearest or my latest traceable ancestor came from Northern Ireland. So, as far as my family goes, we're pretty fucking Irish. And I've always felt this deep, deep desire to go there. I don't know that moving there is even in the fucking cards, but visiting there is something I've always wanted to do.
Which Ireland?
Huh?
Which Ireland? The UK Ireland or the independent Ireland?
Independent Ireland, of course. No, I don't know. I seem Puerto Rican to you? Cool. Yeah, no queen kissers allowed. You'll have independence soon. All right. All right. That's right. That's that Irish spirit that I know and love. The real Ireland. Aye. Maybe I should do that.
What?
You know how, like, Jews make the pilgrimage, some of them choose to go live. I need to make the pilgrimage to the Emerald Isle and maybe be the force. I'll be the Irish William Wallace, dude. We'll rise up. When are they weaker now? They just left the fucking EU. The Queen is a piece of shit. They don't even know what they're doing. Their economy's falling apart. Now is the time, laddies. I'm coming. And you better get ready. Because if you think it's going to be an easy fight, you're wrong.
That reminds me of the fucking Irish bombings that plagued one of those cursed movies we looked at.
Yep. That's true. But there's something that we're going to have to do that you guys are not going to like. We are going to have to finally, once and for all, join hands and join arms with our Scottish brothers and sisters. For their liberation is dependent upon ours. No longer can we let this sectarian nonsense pull us apart. What about Wales? We'll talk about Wales when we get Ireland and Scotland free. Funny, every time I call you on something you don't have an answer for, you start joking. When have you called me on anything? I haven't even fucking seen you tonight, bro. Get out of here. You can't just like LARP that you made a point. You know what I mean? Like you actually have to do it.
You were ignored. That was the thing. There was something else going on, and you weren't involved.
Yeah, yeah. If you wrote some shit earlier, my ass didn't even read it, bro. You got to get real now. You got to be honest with yourself here. Sad, sad, sad. Oh yeah, dude, he got me. He got me good. Why do you keep dodging me, bro? You always dodge all my good points that I make against you. Yep. Deleting my YouTube now. Never will I recover. Dude, debate bros have got to be the most annoying fucking people on the internet. Can I get an amen? Holy shit. I tried to watch 5 minutes of that Destiny versus Vosh debate, and that was like, I would rather listen to somebody with long ass fingernails rake them down the world's largest chalkboard for 5 minutes than listen to that shit. It was unfucking listenable. Holy shit, I cannot fucking stand debate bros anymore. Oh my God. And the crowds that come along with them that are like these fucking football crowds that like not one of them could have any of the original thoughts being presented in the quote unquote debate. So they're just like a bunch of drooling idiots that learn how to talk from their daddies, and each one of them takes a side. And then they just quote those people endlessly at other people like they know what conceptually was even being fucking discussed. Oh my God, it's disgusting. That retch you did sounded like Chunk, yeah. It was the Chunk retch. And then I made it sound like this.
Dinosaurs camera's all concerned now.
No, I'm fine, D. I'm not actually hooting. I'm just joking.
I did that the other day, Dad. I'll
You
make sure
did.
you're okay.
I'm fine. You want it? Here, come here. Give it. You gotta hand it to me.
Dorkosaurus Rex here.
Yeah, dude, he really is a fucking Dorkosaurus. Come on, give it to me. Put it in my hand. Get your ball.
No, you just put it down where neither of us can reach it.
I ain't reaching for it, dude. My back is, I'm way too old.
You want to just have nap time?
Okay, lap time it is for you. I occasionally bait people in a conversation by asking them for a debate. It allows me to prepare them for their points to be challenged, but I don't have to commit to debate tactics. That's the whole thing with debate shit for me. Debates have moderators, so this whole like debate shit, like debates have clearly defined discussion points, equal time for each side to speak uninterrupted, and then time for that point to be challenged, and a moderator that ensures that. And if you're not doing that, you're not having a debate, you're just going. You don't just get to call every little argument you have with some fucking idiot on the internet a debate. It's not. But that's why I call them debate bros. Because they go and they watch content that is not a debate. It's two people screaming at each other. And they take a side. And that's that.
You know what the real debates are?
What?
A game where there's no actual discussion being had, but it's just counterpoints.
Which one?
The one where you have like the rotating cards and you have to
Oh, yeah.
the arguments.
Yeah, Griftlands.
Yeah.
That's the debate. Can I finish my point? Can I finish my point?
All strategy, no content.
Yep. Well, have you considered, strategy? Can I finish my point? Can I finish my point? Can I finish my point? No, 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 no. That was the Vosh Destiny conversation, like within 5 minutes. No, 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 wait, 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 wait. I was just like, all right. Get out of here. Get me the fuck out of here, bro. No, 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 wait, wait, wait. Ay, vey. The world's like literally on fire, and these two dorks are like, no, 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 wait, 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 wait. Can I finish my point? Can I finish my point? Can I finish my point? Ay. $40K people watching, I know. 40,000 people sitting there going, bruh, bruh, yeah, let him finish point. Let him finish. Ay. Debates aren't about understanding each other's position or coming to a middle ground. The purpose of debate is to make the opposing side seem like idiotic. Well, that's the purpose of this like modern debate that we're talking about. The purpose of a structured debate is to present two sides of an argument in a structured way where two people that are versed in both sides of that argument give their argument for and respond to the arguments against in a structured way, those positions, so that you can listen to those positions and make your own mind up, or use it as fuel to go on further and make your own mind up. You see. Two fucking dorks yelling at each other on Twitch TV is not debate. That is just infotainment. Now, if those two dudes went off and had like a private conversation where they weren't trying to like, man, I just want to go flex, gold on my teeth and on my neck, you know, for their audiences, if they went and like had like a private fucking conversation, they might come out of it with a better understanding of each other's positions and better talking points to go forward. That's not what it's about anymore. It's about the fucking, how many times did I call you an idiot? How many times you call me an idiot? How many times did I call you, accuse you of an ad hom? How many times did I accuse you of an ad hom? People like that because it's entertaining. That's fine. But don't pretend it's anything but that. Like I said, it's infotainment. And people take it out into the fucking world and treat it like it's actual fucking political positioning. Mm-mm. That's not the way that it works. I have to go put some shoes on. Everything else on me is okay, but my fucking feet. My feet are cold.
You cold too, D?
I'll go inside for a little bit. I'll go inside for just a little bit. Yay. That'll be better. Do you have a ranking for Raiders, Temple, and Last Crusade off the top of your head? Yeah. My ranking, without any explanation, goes Temple, Last Crusade, Raiders, in that order. No disrespect to any of the films. They're all great. The worst Twitter debate was against a person defending against the idea of CRISPR's. Whatever. I don't even want to. Gene editing machines. gene editing computers, CRISPR. Crispy chicken, yeah. Paul, can you remind me the method of heating pizza with a pan? I'm hungry, but all I have is leftover pizza. Super easy. Just put your pan on like medium low heat, you know what I mean? You don't want to burn it, and just lay that shit in there. You don't even need to put any oil or anything in the pan because there's oil in the crust that'll crisp up the bottom of the crust. And then, like just kind of check them a little bit, make sure you're not scorching them, keep your heat at the right temperature, and it'll heat them up. Life hack central tonight. I have an actual moderated debate with you, Paul. I'm not trying to be a joke. I will have a proper debate with you and win. Okay, on what subject? What's the subject going to be? All subjects. Da, 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 da. Does it matter? You post a position, he'll destroy it. Yep. You said Iran was better when it was more like America, but you criticize America all the time. That's what you want to debate me on? Because I think Iran was better when it was a more libertine society where women weren't forced to wear fucking giant carpets over their heads and shit. That's what you want to... Yeah, that's what we're going to debate on. Okay. Who's going to moderate? You use cell phone but criticize capitalism. Yeah. Yeah. True that. I sure do. You could pick the mod. I'll still win. Dude. No, you pick the mod. You know what I mean? You're setting this shit up. You're the one that challenged me to the debate, so you're going to provide the venue, the moderator, and the structured fucking detailed discussion points that we'll be going over, okay? And then you can handle my ass. Once you got all that set up, let me know and I'll be there, okay? I'm not acting like it's a joke. Set it up. Set it up. I'll show up and debate Lord you. Like, whatever. Debate Lord. Debate Lord. Debate Lord. Dude's trolling. I know. We feed the trolls here every once in a while. It's fun to do. You got to feed the trolls every once in a while, bro. It's part of the ideology of Highdeology. You got to feed them trolls. Trolls is hungry out there, dude. Hungry. You ever go on Twitter and see how many people got 0 likes, 0 impressions, probably 0 views on some shit that they probably thought was clever? Man, trolls is hungry out there. You got to give them a little... They're like, you got to give them a little fucking snack every once in a while. It's true. you ever think? Do you think you go back to the life you had 7 years ago and still be happy? Fuck no. Nope. Nope. Not a chance. I was dying in a prison of my own creation, dude. I had nobody to blame but myself for that shit either. I know that sounds all edgy and fucking over, you know, verbose, but it's really true. I was withering away in a fucking life that I didn't have a fucking, I don't know, I didn't have a say in creating, and it sucked. And I would never go back to that in a million fucking years for any amount of money. Who'd Who'd you stop now, Todd? Yeah, you can quit flexing in the chat now. You probably have like a lot of work to do setting up this debate and shit. Because I'm gonna need a venue for this too, bro. I'm gonna need a venue for this. Okay, I'm not just gonna show up to some channel with fucking 2 views on it and get 10 views, okay? You're gonna publicize this, you're gonna get people to view, you're gonna find the debate venue, you're gonna set it all up, and when you're done, you're gonna contact me. Till then, you probably shouldn't even be talking in the chat. I'll probably mute you up because you got a lot of shit on your plate. You got a lot of stuff to do. You know, I don't think flexing in my chat is a good use of your time right now. You got a fucking big event to plan. Oh, yeah, if he pipes up again, ban his ass. He shouldn't have time. He should be setting up this debate. Yep. He's going to give me a venue, too. I ain't showing up on his weak-ass little fucking no-show channel. He going to give me a venue. I'm not showing up for 2 people. Fuck that. That ain't a debate. Yeah, he needs to focus on the debate. The debate lord. I just had a funny thought. Like, what if he does do this and he sets up this crazy, huge debate in an actual venue and stuff? And I show up to it looking all fucking smart, dressed in a suit and shit. Big old binder with thick ass bunch of paper. You know what I mean? He shows up too and he's all like, we get started and he gives his whole fucking spiel and I'm just sitting there. And then it's my turn and I just whip my glasses off and I'm like, and I open up to like page 362 and I look and I go, my contention is that you're a stupid piece of fucking shit. I yield the balance of my time. I just close the big Bible that I brought onto stage and tuck it under my arm and leave. He's sitting there in that big ass fucking venue. I'm poor and I can't afford a venue. Oh, he's gone. Yeah. You shouldn't be bitching. Like, you just told me you're gonna do it. I'll see. So you got no time to be in here bitching. Okay? If you're poor, go get a job. You know what I mean? You're not gonna fix that sitting in my chat. Already with the excuses. First time I've ever seen someone lose a debate before it started. Yeah, well, is what it is, man. Yeah, Jason went back and hit him again for the fuck of it. I know. Tag. You should try contacting the debate panels on Twitch. Yep. His premise was a joke. I know. We're just having fun here, guy. Jason, why did you ban him, time him out when he was already banned? Because he just wanted to let him know, dude. Jason just walked up and gave him a little backhand. It's a little pop in the lips, you know. Paul wins. Here's the prize. Thank you. I will take it. Buy a cheeseburger with it. My prize shall be a burger of cheese. Delicious. Chugga chugga choo choo. It's train time. Train time, gentlemen. Train time. Wish we could all come out to where Paul is and give him a victory parade. I deserve it, goddammit. I deserve it. That train's giving me a victory parade. Listen to him. It's my victory train. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end things tonight. Thank you guys for coming out and chilling. I'll see you next time.